What's up, guys? Thanks as always for supporting the show. It would mean a lot to me if you would take a second to scroll down and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any more of our videos. Also, make sure you follow us all over social media so you don't miss any of our content or show announcements. Watch what happens when Ant gets into the paint. So, Ant, this is just a simple transition cross match. Isaiah Hartenstein has no choice but to pick up Ant. Ant makes a dribble drive move. Watch the way Oklahoma City reacts in the paint. So again, as you can see, by the time Ant gets into the paint, Lou Dort has now completely ignored his man. He's in the paint. Shea's completely ignored his man. He's in the paint. Chet has completely ignored Jaden McDaniels. He's in the paint. J-Dub has his back turned to Mike Conley. All 5 Thunder players are geared towards Anthony Edwards. And so what does Ant do? He makes a quality kick-out pass to Jaden McDaniels, hits him right in the shooting pocket, really clean catch-and-shoot look. This is the kind of read that Ant is going to have to make over and over and over again. This is, if Ant tries to solve his problems by flying through these 5 bodies and trying to finish, it's going to do all it's going to do is make things harder for them on the offensive end of the floor. These are the kinds of reads they're going to have to keep making. This is an example of Isaiah Hartenstein with excellent pick and roll defense. Watch how he gets up to the level and gets Ant to get rid of the ball, but still recovers back to Gobert, which causes Gobert to pick up his dribble early because he's facing pressure from the side. That puts him in a really tough spot where the 2-on-1 read is over here. This is his short roll read. He's got to find out which one of these guys is open, but he picks up his dribble early, finds himself trapped by 2 centers, and just pitches it right to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. But again, like, this is Isaiah Hartenstein getting up and getting Ant to stop, but also recovering back to the ball. Ant has to push this just a step further. He needs to attack a little bit more or drag this off further to the left to get Isaiah Hartenstein further out so that when Rudy catches, he's got more space in here to make a better, cleaner read. Watch the way Oklahoma City reacts to this Ant drive. Ball screen, gets him in jail. Once again, look at the way all of these OKC defenders, like Shai just like straight up comes over and double teams temporarily. And works against J-Dub again. Look at Shai again, double teaming. Look at the bodies in the paint. This is not going to be a high scoring series for Anthony Edwards. This is not going to be a Julius Randle you want to know how Julius Randle hit a high point total? They gave him a bunch of open catch and shoot threes in the first half. They took the catch and shoot threes away in the second half. All of a sudden, Julius Randle wasn't scoring. This isn't going to be an open scoring type of series for either of these guys on the ball. Their scoring opportunities will come out of the rotation sequences after they get rid of the ball. And gets in the lane, draws 3 more bodies on help, kicks it out to Mike Conley, just misses this one he actually knocks down. But again, you can see how this process is going to work for Minnesota. It's going to be getting into the lane, drawing the bodies, and making those kickouts. Here's a corner kick from Julius. Watch the difference in the way he's being guarded. Post. Shai's in a strong side zone, completely ignoring his man. So that makes it so that Julius can't pivot towards the baseline side. He's got to go middle. Hartenstein is right underneath the rim. And even Isaiah Joe is a foot in the paint off of Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Just very different in the way that they're defending these actions. Here's the kick. That's the job. On this end of the floor, Minnesota's got to make these kickouts every single time. That is their pathway to victory. One detail, though, look at how that pass is just high and outside, which kind of makes it for a funky release because now he's got to no-dip it, and he got pushed from a normal corner 3 to a behind the backboard corner 3 in the deep, deep corner. So Julius has to be really deliberate about getting this pass right in the shooting pocket so that Mike Conley can take a clean, normal catch and shoot instead of a rushed, no-dip corner shoot in the deep, deep corner behind the backboard. This is Julius Randle forcing against a triple team when there were corner kicks that were available. So again, like losing discipline, losing control of the situation, crowds into it. You need to get a good shot. Like in this situation, you've driven. We have a pin and flare from Nickeil Alexander-Walker. You've got a Naz Reid right here in the strong side corner. If Cason Wallace is going to put a foot in the paint off the strong side corner off of Naz Reid, you have to make that pass every single time. This is not doing your job against the defensive scheme that you are facing. You can see the difference. OKC one-on-one, they're winning those battles. All the one-on-threes, one-on-twos, these are the situations where Minnesota has to make Oklahoma City pay for this style of defense. Instead, you settle for a tough, contested mid-range jump shot over a triple team. Another corner kick from Julius, but once again, I want you guys to watch the location of the pass. Middle of the floor. There's our double team. Relocate. Double team from J-Dub. Okay. There's our kick. If this pass hits Naz right in the shooting pocket, it's a comfortable catch and shoot. Instead, the pass is low. And because of the low pass, look at where Naz Reid has to catch it. All the way down by his toes, which disrupts the rhythm and slows it down just enough so that Cason Wallace can get a good contest on that shot. Those are those little details. And here's the thing, guys. There's a version of this game where that Conley corner three goes in. There's a version of this game where that Naz Reid corner three goes in. But you increase your chance. Like I talked about, variance is far down the list for me, below process, defense, things along those lines. Put the ball in the shooting pocket, you give him a better chance to knock that shot down. I think there's a pretty clear trend that you guys can see from the film. Oklahoma City's packing the paint, leaving shooters open. Minnesota's not. And whichever team can beat that scheme more effectively over the course of this series is going to win. And force adjustments, force that second layer of whatever defensive idea Mark Dagenal has or Chris Finch has. And in game one, Minnesota in the second half was unable to crack that scheme, and Oklahoma City was, and that was the difference in the game. And in game two, it's going to be on Minnesota because OKC's not going to bail on that scheme. It just worked. They held them to 40 points in the second half. The only way they're going to play them out of that scheme is by relentlessly making those reads and knocking down those shots. That's the pathway in game two. Minnesota can win this series. I think they have the advantages they need, but I just didn't think they were nearly good enough in that second half. All right, guys, that's all I have for this morning. As always, I sincerely appreciate you guys for supporting me and supporting the show. We will be back tonight live on YouTube after the final buzzer of Knicks Pacers. And then when we are done on YouTube, we'll be heading over to playback.tv/hoops tonight for our after show where we'll be taking callers and just hanging out, watching film, things along those lines. Again, as always, I appreciate you guys for supporting us. We'll see you next time.